All right, guys. So today we're going to get into citations, and I'm going to show you how to cite a journal. Citing a journal is important because, well, it was published by somebody. You need to give that person credit. The other reason that's important is because citations in general um, are a way of helping us analyze our sources, helping us understand where the information came from, and ultimately, if you read an awesome paper or you do an awesome research project, and we go through and look at your sources, and the sources aren't good, then what you're basing your information on is not good. And so we need to be able to accurately cite the sources we're using. So let me go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to show you this awesome article I found. It's posted in the module 1.1. And I'm looking at this thing, and this is a trebuchet. Says from the anonymous life of, or anonymous of the Hussite Wars. And the Hussite Wars were in the 1400s, so this is right up our alley. It's a little bit later than where we're starting, but man, look at this cow. He's getting lobbed into a city as kind of early form of biological warfare, and this is talking about the mechanism of creating the tension in this trebuchet. And so if I want to cite this because it's such an awesome article, I have to go to the source. Now, I'm going to show you how to cite websites differently because even though this is on a website, it's on the Digital Commons at the USU. I'm going to go up to the top and see what this whole thing is about. And there are some really cool images in this journal. And this is a project that was done where they rebuilt a medieval trebuchet at Utah State University. It was half scale, but half scale is better than no scale, and half scale is probably bigger than the one that you're going to build. Ends up being 33 feet. So you've got the recommended citation, which is go ahead and cheat on it, but I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. So every journal should have enough information in it that you can actually cite. So I'm going to go back into this history of the trebuchet. I'm looking through this, and I'm reading my assignment options, and it says I have to gather and collect sources of information. It says I have to interrogate and assess these sources, and then I have to utilize the sources to design a trebuchet with historical annotations on the plan. And so you can't annotate anything if you're not creating citations for that. I could go into a laundry list of reasons that citations are important, not only because it's a way of giving credit to the author, but it's a standard way of giving credit to the author. And so therefore, when it comes to building out historical projects and products, not only are the citations going to be the same in your products, but they're going to align with other products. And so we can start to build a historical field of knowledge on that based on good, solid sources. And one of the most important things is that all of your sources are good sources. And the conclusions, the things you know about the past, factually, are going to be based on sources. Because you weren't there, I wasn't there. All we can do is depend on the people that were there, and then depend on the experts who have interpreted and pushed forward a little bit of knowledge at a time based on these very hard primary sources. So pushing forward here, going on, if you're curious as to where this is located in terms of where the journal article is located, this is the Utah State building of the medieval trebuchet. And hopefully that's fixed by the time you actually see the site. All right. So first thing we're going to do is I posted a couple of links in the resources portion of the page. So I'm going to click on the resources portion of the page. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drop on down. You know, you've got your tutorials, and then we have searching tools and relevant tips. We have evaluating sources, and then we have processing historical research. And we have citation machine for journals, citation machine for websites, and citation machines for books. And which one do you think I should pick? No? Nobody? Because this is a video that I'm making myself for you? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick the citation machine for journals, and we'll see where it takes us. Ooh, interesting effects. The lighting on my screen. All right. So there are ways, and once upon a time when I was in college, I had to go through and actually manually pull out the manuals. That's an important skill. However, it's not a skill we're working on right now. So we just need to get the stuff and the information in. So what I'm citing, found in this journal. Yep, that's what we're doing. Article title. Well, we need to get the article title, so we're going to go up to this article. And one thing I'm going to show you is if you click on this, and instead of going back and forth in tabs, I'm a big fan of just taking this, holding down the right clicker button thing on my mouse, dragging it down and out, and then shrinking it down, and so I can have a site that kind of scales it down, so I can actually see what I'm doing. I can just transfer the information over. Do the same thing on this guy. This is where I was making sure I was pronouncing Hussite correctly, and go ahead and scale that one down. And this just makes my life easier. And to be fair, when my life is easier, your life is easier. When your life is easier, my life is easier, and I'm not going to get off track. But we need to come up with the title. And the title. Not very hard. I'm just going to copy, bring it over here to article title, and paste it. Yep, looks good. All right. Now, I'm going to take the author. Author's first name. Pretty straightforward. Copy, bring it over here, paste it, just for fanciness. Put that middle initial in there. And then last name, same thing, copy, paste. All right, so journal publication info, we have the journal title. So this is like not the article, not the piece within it, but this is the actual journal itself. Now, you can see right on the front page, that might be it. I'm looking down here and find this. University Honors, History Department, University, Capstone Requirement by this kiddo, and this is definitely the name of the journal. Copyrighted and everything. So, I come back up here. This is the undergraduate honors capstone project. Paste it into here. And then a lot of this stuff is, the volume, the issue, the series. Well, I can say that this is likely dealing with the May of 2019 series when it was published. And so what we can do, and we have even a page number where it starts down here. So what we can do is we can actually publish some of this stuff. So we don't necessarily know which day it was published, but we definitely know it was published sometime in May. And you can have a little bunch of options here. We're going to say May and 2019. And this is what we have. So this is all the critical information. If you come down here, you can see there might be some more information in terms of the start page. We know it was 421. However, the start page and the end page are not actually scanned into this. And so we're just going to skip that because we have the last name of the author and their kind of abstract. And we'll get into how to read the journal articles later. Right now, I'm just wanting you to find interesting information, dump it in here. Now we're going to do this is we're going to come over and we're going to complete the citation. And once we complete this citation, we're actually going to have this little option here to copy the citation. So, copy the citation here. Citation copied. We're going to X out of that. And we can go ahead and bring that into, like, say, a Word document or something. And we're going to come here. And we'll show you what that looks like on a document. So if you just paste it, It might come out a little goofy. It might not. However, you can also paste it in text. And what that's going to do is it's going to strip out some of the formatting that's actually important. You see the title of the journal is in italics, um, and that is mostly the only thing we're worried about with the copy and paste. So should be pretty good to go. Got to spell the poor kid's name right, and you're going to catch mistakes. And while we're at it, I'm going to show you how to actually make a reference. So what I could do is I could come over here and take a piece of this and say weapons changed the landscape of Europe until being replaced by later gunpowder cannons. So I might say something like trebuchets had a significant impact in Europe. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I'm basing it on somebody else's fact. And so what I can do is I can cite this in my paper by simply going up here to references and inserting an endnote after what I said. Now, you might have noticed this from MLA or APA or some other way in which you would cite things. But what I like about Chicago style, and what most historians like about Chicago style, is Chicago style. I'm just going to cut that, paste it. Chicago style allows historians to put in lots of citations without clogging up our writing. You focus on the material, and you're going to notice that this is actually a very similar format to what Wikipedia does, so that you can read the Wikipedia article, but if you really want to know more, see where they found it, you can find the citations. All right, guys. I hope that was helpful, and if it wasn't, please contact me because I want you to get this right. Make sure to like and subscribe, sign up for the notifications, smash that like button down below, and I'll see you next time in class. Otherwise, you'll have an unexcused absence.